So it's 20 minutes, 15 minutes and 10 minutes increasing. But we're not going over threshold, so the entire session is aero. Depending on how hard you've worked in previous sessions, will depend how this feels. If it feels quite hard and challenging, then maybe your previous sessions have pushed you to the edge and it's time to have a little breather, a little rest. If it feels easy, fantastic, your training is going really well, you're well rested and you're recovering well from your sessions. Excuse me, once again, coughing. So, I'm on do workout. So I'm going to press that in 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to press OK in 3, 2, 1, and let the games begin. Nice, easy aerobic session. So we've got a warm up at 15 minutes before we progress onto the effort. Now when I say effort, because it's aerobic, all we're doing is working within the lower zones. Talk about zones. I've always mentioned these before. The zones are such a pain because people use different zones. I do quite like the 3-zone method because when you're living in an area such as Pembrokeshire where you have the wind and you have constant undulations, aka hills, then it's really, really hard to stay in any one zone. So a lot of people are moving on to the 3 zones, which means there's zone 1, which is quite massive, zone 2, which is below and just on threshold, and then zone 3, which is all your hard stuff. So it's easy, medium, and hard, basically. Which makes life a little bit easier when you're thinking about how hard you're working. You don't have to rely on heart rate monitors, you don't have to rely on all this paraphernalia. We can really get in tune with our body and think about how hard we're working. So now in my warm-up, it's like super easy, which means you get to hear me chitter-chatter all the way through. My fan might be a little bit too hot, because I'm not going to get as hot today as when I'm putting some really super hard efforts in. Nice easy zone, spinning out the legs. Yesterday I had a pretty easy day. I went for a walk with a friend and then we went for a little jog. Didn't record it on Strava. I know, can you believe it? I did about 5k in total. It was just a nice little loosening for the legs. And then I did a little bit of core work last night, practicing some lower ab exercises to help engage the TVA, transverse abdominis, so that we get actually flat tummies. So hopefully mine's getting flatter with all this practice that I'm doing at the moment. And I'll video that one soon for you. You're hearing strange noises beside the camera. It is the dog. He does snort a little bit like a pig, that's Spud. And he's attempting to clean himself. Super. I discovered today, Facebook can be a good thing, that Starry, Starry Night, the song, was all about Van Gogh. And somebody's linked it really nicely into all his paintings. And I quite often just sing that first line. I never know what comes after it, but I do like it. I want to sing it now, but I know you don't want me to. Unless, of course, now that I've mentioned it, you're all going, Starry, starry night, ain't your palette blue and grey, something, something, summer's day. Sing along with me if you know the words. That's as far as I'm getting. I won't torture you with any more. That's the perils of an aerobic session with me. So when you see that one pop up, think, oh, not going to do it with Claire. Catherine, you always tell me you like it doing the sessions with me. You find it a little bit easier. And you beat me the other day. Well done. Catherine was a minute ahead of me on the video and on the computer screen, so psychologically, she was winning. You're always winning, Kat. That's 5 minutes nearly up. Well, okay, it's 4 minutes and 10 seconds up. have a feeling that this hour is going to fly by. Put some music on in the background if you haven't done so already. Drown out my dribblings, my ramblings on a Monday morning. Most of you will be doing this on Wednesday probably. Oh, we had a bit of an exploration this weekend. Running around all the bridle paths and footpaths. Sort of circumnavigate Haverford West. Came across one barbed wired gate, which was also locked, and a dead end. There should have been a footpath. Well, bridle way. I was really surprised. It's all good adventure. That was 15 miles in the bag. Selena, if you want to come out with me again, please give me a shout. It was a route that we did back in September. It'd be lovely to run with you again. It's all a bit manic at the moment, isn't it, with this between COVID. Hope everything's all right with you. Oh, Kate's on board. Hi, Kate. Good to have you with us. Hope everything's going okay. Trying to rope you into a little bit of surfing. Anybody else fancy a surfing lesson? I'm having my first taster surfing lesson on Sunday, this coming Sunday, so I'll let you all know next week how it progressed. I have surfed, but we've got to put that into the loosest of terms, really. I've been in the sea since I was 11, playing in the waves, and every now and again I bring a surfboard out and I attempt it, but I think it was all ruined. Gosh, when I was probably about 18, and a boyfriend, who will remain unnamed, bought me a surfboard. But he didn't buy me a nice big mini Mal. He bought me, I think it was a 5'10", tri-fin, super thin board that would probably be better suited to somebody who could actually surf. So after a gazillion nosedives and a loss of confidence, I became what's known as a white water surfer. I can hear you all cringing now. I think my first green wave I caught about 2 years, maybe even 3 years ago now. Yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah, last year, I don't know what happened with our surfing. I was locked down, just made life complicated. And then the year before my father was ill, so I didn't surf then. So yeah, so 3 years ago, since we caught a green wave. And it was my first green wave. So, 50 now, it's time. I grew up, pulled my trousers up, and learned to ride those waves. Kids are doing it, so I thought I'd give it a go. So anybody wants to join me, let me know. We're using Phil's Surf School. As I'm warming up, I'm going out to my power zone here, so I'm actually feeling great, working a little bit harder. Maybe it's the excitement of thinking about the surf. I'm not too sure. You'll notice I'm in my fancy dress again today. Today I am Emma Cooley. I'm halfway through the warm-up. Should get you to do it in fancy dress. Who would you be? Joe Wicks does Fancy Dress Friday, doesn't he? I think he's doing 3 sessions a week during lockdown. Yeah. I know Heather, you'll be catching up with your Joe. I need you to be catching up with your Claire. Start subscribing if you haven't already, everybody. Subscribe, like, share, comments are really good. Apparently YouTube track all the comments, etc. that go on to each video. So any comments, thank you Brenta. Brenta's my top commenter. Once we do the efforts, I'm going to try and just help us to keep concentrating, because it's so easy to just drift off, particularly if you haven't got a power meter and you're just working to RPE. So we will be looking to do somewhere between 80 and 95 for our cadence. The first part is all about warming up. Remember, if you can do it in aero, all the better. I have to get another stand for my watch that I put just there, so my eyes can adjust. Superb. Good. So keep it going. 5 minutes left of the warm-up. Nice, easy spinning. The worst part of this session is the weight on your undercarriage. I know. The dog looked at me. A nice, easy session today. Or at least it should feel that way. I can see that the other dog, Spud, is actually lying on the extension cable. It's got 4 plug sockets and he's in between. The one that's going for the fan and one. I'm slightly concerned if his hair pops in there, it's going to be we dribbled into a socket. If everything goes bang, then you know I fried a dog. Spud? No, he's not. Spud! Spud! Are you going to jump off? No. Okay, so I feel a little bit better. His head is no longer on the plug holes. Would you tell him for me, Baloo? Good boy. Oh, go on for a little walk now. Good boy, Spudzy. Yeah, legs are feeling surprisingly good this morning, so that's always a bonus. You say that now, we're only in the warm-up. Might not say that at the end. So, Mark Edwards is still on his beast. Which the beast is, basically, I don't know how you have the time to do it, let alone anything else, adding a mile to your workout every single day. So you start off, well, they started off on the 28th of November with 1 mile, then 2 miles, then 3 miles, then 4 miles. So you can imagine, by the end of the month, they'll be doing, well, a marathon, and then a mile the next day, and then an extra mile the day after that. So, yeah, over 20 miles they'll be running each day for the last 10 days. It's going to be quite a feat. You're going to need at least 5 spare hours in the day. Who has got 5 spare hours in the day? I'm lucky to find time to go to the toilet, boys. I wish I hadn't said that now, because I'm imagining you go to the toilet on the run. But yeah, there's just not that many hours in a day. Mind you, I have been accused twice this month, and it's only the 8th, is it the 9th, of having poor time management skills. Don't get me started. Yeah, on Wednesday's session, you might have heard me mention the RSI, repetitive strain injury, that I've got in my wrist. So it's really hard. When you try to get a doctor's appointment, maybe it's just me. Not doctors. It's at 8 o'clock. You have to ring them. You get like pretty much a half-hour window. And if you're not lucky enough to be first on the list, you've missed your slots that are available. But you also have to keep phoning and phoning and phoning for almost that entire half hour. I don't have a half hour in the morning at 8 o'clock. Who does? So I did try early on, but the frustration just drives me absolutely loopy. Every spare minute almost is taken up. I know. Couldn't sleep last night, mind, so I watched some trashy movie. I know, till 12:30. And then Tom's off to work at 5 this morning, so I did drop back off to sleep. But you know when you have that, oh, I'm going to fall back to sleep and never wake up feeling? So it's very unsettled. Should have gone out and trained. It was really good. So, if any of you have time to phone the doctors and go to the doctors in the mornings, give me a thumbs up on Facebook now. So England are in a 4-week lockdown. They're not coming out of it till the 2nd of December. I hope they've all done their Christmas shopping, especially if non-essential items are not on the bill. Okay, we're going up to the first effort. So we're going to focus a little bit on maintaining a good cadence. Let's have a look. So yeah, I'm up into the zone already. Hopefully it's going to feel easy peasy lemon squeezy as we progress, but it is about the mental. Okay, get ready to count. 3, 2, 1, and count. For me, so I'm only hitting the 88, which is actually fine, because I said anywhere between 80 and sort of 95. So now we're going to try and hold on to that. So every few minutes, we'll do a count again. Now, if some of you are new to this, what I do in the count is just count one leg for 15 seconds, and we times that count by 4 to give you what your revolutions are per minute, or your cadence. I also recommend that you count a different leg each time, so that your brain starts talking to your limbs and to those muscles. It's really vital. Brilliant, well done. Possibly going, 4 or 5, should still be easy. We're just going to focus on that cadence to maintain the same effort throughout. Concentration kicking in now. Okay, get ready to count again. 3, 2, 1, and count. Two again. Well done, keep it going. Think about how you're pedaling. Are you using your glutes? Are you using those hamstrings? Keeping the pressure on the pedal for as much of the stroke as you can. It won't be 100%. But the more you can maintain contact with the pedal, the more effective your pedaling is going to be. So if you're not using cleats, bear in mind you're predominantly using your quads. Remember aero if you can. That's it. Nice and easy. This session's going to leave you with loads in the bank. Whatever follows tomorrow. Good. bottom of zone 2 really to the top. Brilliant, well done. It's all about mental focus, and that's what you need for Ironman or these long distance events. I've got lots of different intervals in. The session goes quick, it might be hard, but you tend to not need quite as much of the rhythm, the focus. And depending on the course that you're going to be racing over, will depend on how much mental focus you actually need. Just to keep that dialed in, power, rhythm, focus. Get ready to count again. 3, 2, 1, and count. Working 3 this time, so body's warming up a little bit. Bring the towel into play, a little bit warmer. Good, well done. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Keep it moving. Well done. Keep those legs spinning. Keep the rhythm. Keep that flow. And count. Okay, 22. Nice and smooth. Have a drink if you need it. We're going to do 25 minutes now. Well done. Good. Absolutely brilliant. I find these long ones really are the hardest. Ones where I'm grunting and groaning, the short, sharp efforts, although they're like physically hard, they're easier. It's weird. But I know that for me, that mental focus is my weakness. And we've all got one. Identifying what your weaknesses are and targeting them to become strengths is what we need to focus on. So feedback on videos, really important please, so I can turn some of my weaknesses into strengths. Is it because I say okay too much? I think so has been popping up instead of okay in recent times. Well done, Will. Just spotted you're there. Absolutely fantastic. Great to see you on the turbo. Very fancy. Concentration. Who else has a butterfly brain? Emma, you gave me that one. Not the brain, but the name. I hadn't heard of it before. Basically, you flitter off in all directions. So I've got a PowerPoint to keep you on track, guys. I could be talking about anything. God can love the technology. Starry, starry night. See what I mean? We're over halfway on this effort now. The next one will be 15 minutes long. We've got 9 left of this. We did this a couple of weeks ago. Slightly higher intensity, slightly shorter. We'll see how this feels. Eight and a half minutes to go. We'll do a count coming up shortly. Get yourselves ready. Oh, it's not window there. We'll do the next one. Keep that focus. 3, 2, 1, and count. So 22. So I'm staying steady. Maybe only when I'm counting, I don't know. I don't have a cadence meter. I quite like not having one and having to count. Good, well done. Keep that focus with me. Come on, Freya, well done. Good spinning now. Concentrate, concentrate, keep those legs spinning round. If you all switch off right now, I'll see, and I really understand. Come on guys, keep it going. Happy to make up the songs. If you're right along with me. Cycling, cycling day. Keep those legs a spinning round. They just make that whirring sound. It's inspired. Join me if you think you can. I'll have to check the viewer numbers on this one. And at what point does everyone switch off? We're out of lockdown here in Wales. Get outside and ride your bike. Stronger than you were before. Cycling, cycling days. The sanity aspect of that song, I think I can associate with that now. Less than 5 minutes at this level. Get yourself ready to count. 2, 1, and count. I don't know how long I counted before there, but I seem to have too many, so don't count that one. Butterfly brain is here again. Keep it going. I think I started counting both legs at one point. Come on, well done. Get it now, boys and girls. Come on. I don't know why I say it like an old farmer. Yeah. Fantastic. Well done, everyone. Okay, get ready to count. Promise I'll only do 15 in 3, 2, 1, and count. That's my favourite number now. 2.5 minutes left at this level, 10:15 at the next. So we'll drop one gear, check our cadence, and attempt to maintain it. Have a drink. Good, well done. We're halfway through the session now, well over halfway. 27 minutes of work, and then we're done. Just hope the camera keeps recording. Think about how you're using your muscles. Don't daydream like me. Keep that focus. I was reading something, or listening to something the other day, and it was Dirk Friel actually, who's the founder of Training Peaks, and he was saying, do we need to race to be triathletes? I don't race very often these days, or even prior to shutdown. Did that stop me being any less of a triathlete? With swimming, biking, running being my main training mode. It's interesting. What he was saying is we need to focus on our personal goals, setting ourselves challenges, exploring your local area is one, given lots of you off-road runs to do. Hopefully you're enjoying them and finding new places that are on your doorstep. Right, we're going up. Should be a 6. Oh, I don't know. Might be more like a 7 by the time I get up there. We're going up in 5, 2, 1. Drop a gear. Hold on to this increased power. So in order to increase the power, if you haven't got a power meter, all you're doing is dropping a gear and maintaining the cadence you had before. So at this point, the moment you've all been waiting for, Claire is going to flash the flaps. Do-do-do. I hope they're getting a little bit more toned, because I'm now working a little bit more religiously at my core conditioning. Fingers crossed. We've all got them under there. Some of us just may be carrying a little bit of a winter coat. That's where I like to put it. Okay, we're going to do our first count at this effort. In 3, 2, 1, count. For that one, so I'm a little bit higher in my power than the target. So if you're a little bit lower on the count, as long as you maintain that throughout our 15-minute effort, all is well. Now a little bit lower, only one, which makes it 4 overall. Should still be aerobic, should be chit-chatting. The last 10 minutes will be in what's known as the sweet spot. So like I said, depending on what you've done on previous sessions, on previous days, will depend on how that feels with regards to being aerobic or not. As I said before, you can go aero, fantastic. Just can't look at the watch. No, I might close my eyes here because that, looking at the blurry watch, makes me feel seasick. Come on, well done. Come on, Martin. Well done, Heather. I love it when you're not expecting me to say your name. And I just do. Well done, Sean. Great to have you with us today. And Celia. Fantastic. Hi, Celia. Hope the training's going well. Been a long time. Maybe bump into each other in the pool. Now that they're open again. More strength. Well done. Good to have such a gang with me today. Keep working at it. Come the summer, we're going to be awesome. Consistent training, that's what it's all about. Consistently turning those legs. The occasion you have to lower the intensity from plan or shorten it, it's fine. But keep your systems ticking over. Don't have one day off and that turns into 5 days. And then start again for a week and then do it again. You You take one step forward, 2 steps back. And mentally, it's really demoralising when you're expecting to move forwards and you're not. So this one should still be aerobic. Well, the next one should be in theory. Not sure if I've still got those 15 miles sitting in my legs. We'll try and hold on to it. Good. 5 minutes are gone. Awesome. A third of the way through this effort. Now in that cadence, get ready to count. 2, 1, and count. Again. So remember, I'm hitting a higher power target because I have dropped a gear. So although my count has dropped a little, my power has increased. So we are working harder. And that will depend on the ratio of gears that you've got. You might find you can drop it, maintain the same cadence, and hit the power target that you were looking for. If you find it's too hard, then you've probably got a bigger jump between your cogs. So you can actually stay in the previous one or have increased the cadence, or drop down and accept a lower one, but sustain that lower one throughout. Maybe I should call these cycling without the science, or cycling without the tech. Going on field. We've turned this sport into a sport for the elite, and it really doesn't need to be. Some of the most powerful people out there probably can't even afford a bike, or a power meter, or a heart rate monitor. They never get picked up. There's a chap that cycles around here, there's a few actually, older chaps, who are just amazing. There's one guy that rides on a fold-up bike, and it's so embarrassing. You haven't seen him for a couple of years. He's at least 20 years older than I am, and he flies past. So he's not even on a road bike or a racer. I think there's a classic Facebook clip of an old guy or a local guy in Spain or somewhere, literally with some stuff on the back of his bike, broken veg, whatever it might be, and he totally burns off what looks like a pro rider. They help you, but they don't make you. And I think there's so much more talent out there. What we're doing with the kids' sport, providing them the best of everything. And unfortunately, those kids that just play on their bikes, cheap old Halfords heavy bike, aren't getting a look in because they don't have the kit, or they don't have the monies. That's my only bugbear with triathlon. It's really not a sport for all. Because there's so much pressure to have the best bit of this and the best bit of that and all the gear. I've come from what I would say a modest background. But yeah, I borrowed my first bike. My first race, I had my friend's brother's Ninja Turtle helmet on. I borrowed that bike for about a year. So I broke up with my boyfriend and then I had to get back. All this stuff helps. instead. It doesn't make your genetics. Your genetics are going to follow you through. Don't be pressured. I honestly think juniors should be limited to the bikes they're allowed to ride. The little ones. There should be like, governing body should have a mass of bikes, maybe Isla bikes or something, that they give out at races. So you haven't got 8-year-old Johnny on a full carbon Di2 bike, and you've got 8-year-old Harry on the heaviest mountain bike you've ever seen with knobby tyres. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it. If you have any comments, please note them below. I'm not sponsored by Isla bikes, if you're wondering. Although we have used a lot of them. They're not cheap. You know, we're talking £500 for a bike for a sort of 12, 13-year-old. £350 for an 8, 9-year-old. £200 for a 5, 6-year-old for a bike. Maybe I'm naive, but it seems like a lot of money to me. My first racing bike actually, I saved up all summer. I think it was about 150. It was a Persian. Petey, I call him Pete Persian. A nice, metallic off-white colour with the stripes on. Any of you had one of those? Well, I worked all summer for that and I was about 15 at the time. But back in those days, we only had £1 an hour. And I remember crashing it. Come on guys, keep going. In the next set, I won't be able to bore you with my ramblings, my opinions. Well done. We're almost there for this effort. Two and a half minutes left, coming up, get ready to count. In 2, 1, and count. $38, 76, okay, we timed it by 2 instead. So I've dropped off a little bit. Mental focus, that's what this one is about. It's just hard enough for you to have to think about it. It's not a recovery ride. You're working in zone 2 if you're going to go with a free zone approach, or zones 2 and 3 if you're looking at sort of a 5 zone approach. So tip 3 tends to hit threshold. Trying to blow my nose slightly less for you. I tried editing them, but they're just rubbish. It puts my voice out of sync. 10-minute effort. Well done, everyone. Go in the distance. Aero if you can. Aero if you can. 15 seconds left. Have a drink. And drop a gear, increase the effort. Just 10 minutes. Less than that now. Catch me, you ahead, me behind. Come on, you have to catch me up. Come on, Sean. Don't think I haven't noticed you there. Don't think those calves are alright. And Mark. Make stretching. Keep focusing. I think my cadence has gone down a bit on this gear. We'll just have to see. Get ready to count in 2 and count. Oh, only 19 there. Really dropped off. Might just try lifting and going a bit faster instead. Come on, well done. Adjust your gears accordingly. So this should feel hard. We're touching on the anaerobic, but we shouldn't be in there. Not unless we've worked hard in these preceding days. Well done. Looking good. Keep those smiles up. Keep those smiles. And we're counting 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and count. I'm back in my rhythm, back in the groove, pushing the power that I need to. 88 RPM. Gonna hold on to this now for the next 7.5 minutes. This takes concentration. Remember, you're working, you shouldn't be building up too much waste. We need to be ready for tomorrow's efforts, whatever they may bring. I know what mine is. I'm not sure what yours is. Not yet. Seven to go. Think about that pedaling action. If you're on a hot bike, think about your shape. Sausage, please. Got an 8. At 6 minutes, we're going to count again. And that's in 30 seconds time. That's just over. Think about keeping your feet flat. Don't let the calves shorten. $15 to go. And then we're going to count. See where we are. Counting in 5, 3, 2, 1, count. Where I need to be. Coming up to halfway. Well done, everyone. Time to really concentrate now. Keep the rhythm. Key word for today is, you got it, concentrate. Maybe focus. Good, come on, well done. Legs are working. We're in that sweet spot now. Should be the hardest part of the session. Keep that focus. Heads in the game. Less than 5 minutes. Well done. Not too hard now, remember, just don't get excited because we're coming to the end and you feel full of energy. We've got a session tomorrow. Or maybe tonight. Okay, well done. We're going to count when we get to 4 minutes. Which is in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and count. Only just though. Come on. Don't let it slip now. This is the bit that makes all the difference. Well done. Not long left. Three minutes starting now. Well done. Great job, everybody. On, pray. Really good. We want that higher cadence for our runs. So dial it in. I'm going to count in 5, 2, 1, and count. I've dropped off a little. Come on, guys. This is where we need that focus, coming towards the end. Two left. Well done. Keep that rhythm. Nice and smooth. Come on. Give it a count and count. Left to 3. Overcounted. Had a little alarm showing me. Sorry, guys. Keep that focus. I'm going to count again. I will. And count. Keep it there. Don't let it drop. Last 40. All the way through to the end. Kind of burning a bit now. You know, they are working. Cumulative fatigue is built up in them. Remember, when all your values are set, you're generally being tested on rested legs. Last 15. 10 left. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Whew. Awesome. That's a minute, an hour gone. I may well run out of battery during this. Not battery, memory. So at this point, I'm going to suggest that you continue to cool down for the next 10 minutes. Easy spinning those legs. I'm going to stay with you while I can. I would like to say thank you again for joining me in this den of doom on this wet day. Might be sunny by the time you do this, but remember, mental focus is what Ironman is about. As soon as you start to daydream, that power drops, the speed drops, your motivation actually starts to drop. So if we can learn to maintain constant pressure throughout the race. Doesn't have to be balls out, eyeballs out that is. No other balls, thank you very much. Just eyeballs out. Doesn't have to be eyeballs out all the way. Okay. Thanks again for joining me. Take care now. I'm going to keep going until the until the light stops flashing on my camera. But I'm going to do my stretches off the bike today. The legs are a little bit stiffer from our long run. And I want to focus on hip flexors, quads and hamstrings in particular. I'm only going to spend 10 or 15 minutes on these. I'll produce another separate video because I know once the quads start to get tight, it's when we start to get a bit of knee pain. And you know who you are. One of you's got a little bit of knee pain at the moment. So I just want to make sure we keep those quads, hip flexors and hamstrings nice and balanced, nice and relaxed. When you've got a breakdown in the communication between the muscles, I think we started off with tight hamstring, which then went into knee pain. Well, one of your hamstrings does insert at the back of the knee to the outside. And so it can sort of pull out of alignment. But what you've also got, if your hamstring is tight, it's resisting the quadricep, and that resistance on the quadricep, again, is pulling on that knee. So it can be moving it slightly, which can result in runner's knee, or worst case scenario, tendinitis underneath the kneecap. And that one is much more difficult to get rid of. So if we can keep these knees healthy and loose, quadriceps and hamstrings, hip flexors, essential, and fingers crossed will reduce the chances of getting knee pain and injuries. The IT band, everybody wants to stretch the IT band. It is pretty much a massive tendon, and massive tendons aren't very elastic. Stretching the IT band is really hard, so the one that you have to focus on there is the TFL, which is right here at the top of your quad and coming into the hip. The tensor fasciae latae. Now that's our soft tissue, which is in that tendon, that massive tendon going down the IT band. What can also happen to your IT band is, if you've got damage in the muscle tissue beneath, instead of the IT band flowing smoothly with the muscle underneath it, unfortunately they sort of get stuck. And so we have to attempt to release that muscle from the IT band. Again, stretching it on its own doesn't work. So what I tend to do is foam roller work, where you're moving your lower leg. So you place your IT band, painfully, always is, don't panic, you're not the only one, onto the roller, and then keep moving that lower leg so that the quad is sliding beneath the IT band. And what you're there doing is causing the friction that will release the adhered tissue. Okay. So we're 4 minutes into the warm-up. Not starting again, I promise you. We're 4 minutes into the cool down. So if you have a short on time, you see you could call it a day here, do your stretching on the side, or you can continue for the last 5 minutes. I'm going to actually stop here because I'm going to do my stretching on video very shortly. Okay, and stop. So that's an hour and 5 minutes for me. The plan is an hour and 10 in total for that session. You did really well to stay there, you did really well to maintain focus, and if you manage to make it through my singing, you need a gold star. Thank you very much. Take care now. Bye-bye.